Hi, everybody. We forgot to do our crystals at the end of our last thing. I was so excited about change and letting go. How can you tell I'm anxious to get on with something new? It's been such an incredible experience the last 15, 20 years, but I know that this next level is going to be great and it's going to inspire others to step up to their next level too. And that's one thing to remember, that sometimes we feel such trepidation and such fear and whatever is in the unknown because it's something we haven't experienced before. But just know that, again, your soul, your higher self, and all the teams and the guides, they would never, ever, ever place you in something that is worse than. Goodness gracious, that's not evolution. If you're living from that pure heart space, if you're living from the soul of who you are, and you're exploring yourself, you're expressing yourself, you're experiencing yourself in pure integrity every day, speaking your truth, that sense of self that is you, then you're understanding that you will always be placed in the highest and best path with those that will serve your highest and best. And that means that others will have to step up and do their next level of evolution. And that is the cycle of evolution, and why there's so much going to be required for each and every one of us to just be okay with change, letting go of the systems that just don't serve us, because everyone needs to evolve. Um, as far as the entire experience of our human experience, we've been so out of balance, we've been so out of connection with who we are as spirit, we've been so disconnected from ourselves as spirit, connecting and creating matter, we've been so disconnected from wildlife and Gaia. We're really requiring great change, and for our children to know that their voices are held so high, that they are held so high, that they are important, they're valued in every way, for them to speak their truth in every way, so that their creativity, their expressions of who they are, they can explore who they are in beautiful and safe environments, and know that we will be their guides, and we will protect them, and we will guide them in every way in which that we have, you know, kind of, we've dropped the ball. We've really dropped the ball. And why we gave that example early about the oligarchy systems, and how we have been so focused on the socioeconomic systems. And if we put that same example into the education systems, and why we have not even asked the children in any way to be a part of our socioeconomic recommunion, exploration and new expressions, and why any disenfranchised people have not been brought forward to be a part of any of our new experience, why the divine feminine has not been brought forward and held up high and asked to be a part of the new leadership, why women have not been asked and devoted in all of their years of caretaking and all of their years of balancing family systems and honoring of family systems and honoring of traditions and creating wellness within their family circle, creating that stability and creating that centered point of that epicentre, if you will, of the family. Why have we been so misled about the roles and definitions from outdated systems that are doing nothing but harming the evolution of humanity, an entire species of a planet? The planet has been in a devolved state, and it's really time that we awaken to know that we are the powerful change creators. And we do that by using not only the knowing that change is evolution. Evolution is change is evolution. Everything changes, universal law. You have absolute commandmentship and dominion over your bodies. Everything that you are, physical, mental, emotional, etheric, you have commandmentship of. You can call in the teams, you can call in your masters, you can call in everybody of the highest realms to say, be with me while I'm clearing, be with me while I'm healing. Help me take that next level. Help me know what I'm doing next. Call in what I need to know next. And then you've got that experience, and you've got that sacred play, that sacred benevolent experience of you and source, one-on-one co-creating your reality. But we also have the sacred tools that Gaia gives us, and it's a part of our way to connect with her, to know that she's not just offered these gifts and tools for our piece of use, if you will. These are sacred tools that she's offered us for us to awaken, for us to recommune and connect with who she is as a co-creator, as a symbiotic essence, as a planetary consciousness, far wisdoms beyond what we have ever known, in co-creation in so many different ways, for us to be that co-creative partner, that symbiosis of movement and flow of the Song of Source. The energies and the different ways that we use crystals in an infinite number of ways, and we will be rediscovering more as we continue to awaken our higher vibrational gifts of how we use these tools of sacred oneness with Gaia. Many crystals have been brought here from celestial and galactic planets for us to heighten our consciousness, for us to awaken and align with our higher consciousness states, the higher vibrational ascended versions of us in many galaxies and many realms. And why I've talked about, as I'm ascending as a soul, I have many glyphs on my body that are becoming more and more visible as I integrate new aspects of me in my omnipresent self. And I've taken pictures of them and put them on Facebook because it's a part of that joy, that story that I've promised myself as a soul, because I missed all those aspects of me. I miss my higher vibrational self. I miss my omnipresent self. I miss my celestial teams and families and friends, star seeds. And it's a way for me to feel my oneness with everybody that I'm always connected to, that I've always been entangled with. And those glyphs are a way for me to be that connection with them. And it's been a part of my soul's plan, my soul's blueprint that I write for myself. And why I had the Pleiadians come, part of the reason why I had them come on and adjust my heart chakra. And I had that beautiful glyph that's on my heart chakra as a constant reminder of my oneness with all my celestial families and friends, so that I don't feel the constant sadness of missing them. To know that we can create home wherever we are as star seeds and as celestial and crystalline children that have come to break open codes of old, outdated systems that are no longer serving the higher vibrational DNA. Every generation that comes on this planet has higher vibrational DNA, and why we need higher vibrational systems to infuse the light into all systems, to infuse new ways of healing, to infuse new ways of becoming, so that we absolutely start stepping up and becoming those vibrations of the miracles that we've always been meant to be. There's nothing that can hold us back, not in any way, not by no one, not by no way. So just know that it's part of our accessing who we are as infinite beings of light. The soul that we exist within, that exists within us, is a part of the omnipresence and can garner and call in whatever informations that we need in any way, whether it's the food you eat, how to get healthy, how to take yourself to a next level, how to heal your relationships. It doesn't matter. Your soul has access to the all. And so live as that soul infused being. Live in the nourishment of who you are as your sense of self, using your highest counsel with your teams, with your guides, using all that you are as a benevolent soul with the creator to say, how can I use this crystal to help me? How can I code this crystal to help me? How can I infuse the crystal in a ceremony? So ask the shamans and the guides and the fairies and the gnomes and Gaia energy to come in and help you use crystals that will benefit you in whatever experience that you want. We're going to talk about 3 different types of crystals today. We're going to talk about clarifiers and amplifiers. Clarifiers and amplifiers are crystals like selenite, very, very popular, very, most people know about selenite. Its clarifying properties to clarify your aura. Place it on anywhere that you're feeling any blockages. And just with your pure intention and having your teams and your celestial white beings, the angels of the holiness, the Gaia energies, the Holy Mother, the Holy Father, your spiritual guides and teams and healing communities, just assist you in coding the crystals for your clearing and cleansing weekly and every other day to clarify your fields and your chakras. Place it on the chakras and do a meditation with the intention, today I will clear and cleanse my chakra. And these chakras, not only these types of crystals, you see a lot of the crystals that help clarify are oftentimes clear, but not always. Obsidian helps absorb, like darker crystals help absorb dark and negative energies, like tourmaline, black tourmaline. There's also green tourmaline and pink tourmaline, also used for different things, but they allow those energetic experiences within you to be rebalanced. If there's darker energy in there, the darker crystals like obsidian and the Smoky Quartz is also a magnifier for dark and negative energies that you've held on to or suppressed, that can also be used. And these are clarifiers. The clear wasn't this clear quartz crystal. You can see how beautiful and that's pure and crystalline. And you can also use them in your visualizations to help clarify and purify your third eye, to help clarify and purify your visualizations, to be transparent. Light, transparent, nothing to be hidden, nothing to be held back, to be fully transparent. So visualize yourself in meditations, purifying and clarifying yourselves, and just use your own visualization techniques. You are the commandment of all that you are as a body of system. Call your cells in to be awake. Call your cells in to be in oneness with you. Call your body in to say, hey, we're working on our clearing today. We're working on being healthy today. We're going to create a beautiful, healthy, young, and youthful body. And we're going to help use crystals for this. Selenite can also be used for, I use them in my house around electronic equipment and servers. They help destabilize and neutralize a lot of the energetic energies, especially with 5G that comes out. And just putting them as an anchoring point on your and around your electronic equipment and all the wiring, because it absolutely does affect. I remember 2 years ago when all of my bodies turned on, my interdimensional and multi-galactic bodies, I would be around an electronic device, and my chakras and my feet chakras, the earth star chakras, all of those chakras just started getting, I could only have them for a few seconds around me, and I had to walk away and go ground. So we absolutely need selenite. And just selenite is also used if you're in crowds and you're very empathic and crystalline children. Just I put them in my bra and I wear them depending on how many people and who I'm around and the energies that I'm sensing, so that I can maintain my sense of clarity with my chakras and with my bodies. So it's a clarifying chakra, body, energetic field um, um, crystal. And they're used for clearing, they're used for clarifying. And you can also code them when you're wanting to do ceremonies and initiations. You can ask for your crystals after you cleanse them and place them in the sun, like on full moons, new moons, anything like that, and ask for your teams in the universe to charge them for you with a specific intention, so that you can then use them for your further clarifying and using the information encoded within crystals. This one crystal could probably hold far more information than any of our most powerful servers in the world. So crystals are incredibly powerful, but we're using them in the way that allows us to be of the highest benevolence and using of our highest service of who we are as beings of holy light. And in all that we're using our Gaia energy for, we're allowing ourselves to explore who we are as the spirit of who we are, through the benevolence of knowing that we are the co-creators of the inspiration of the love that is held within them, and why they've been gifted to us. They've been gifted to us to be the benevolent workers and symbiotic ambassadors of this beautiful experience that is the experience of ascension. And we're all allowing ourselves to explore and expand through the heart center, through the oneness factor, through our ability to say we are one and we can bring ourselves to greater health. We are one, we can bring ourselves to greater stability. We are one, we can bring ourselves to greater wholeness of who we are in all of the tools that we've been blessed with. And they are natural tools, they're not synthetic. Not that there's anything against synthetic. I love you, Gaia. Thank you. The next one we wanted to talk about is Shungite. Now, Shungite is another crystal that was not a natural, it's not a natural crystal of Earth. These crystals were put here to assist us in profound anchoring, grounding, restabilizing, very, very powerful crystals. Shungite is a very, very powerful crystal. And you can put them on the back of they have Shungite stickers. Put them on the back of your phone, on your anything that's electrical. You put it on and it diffuses and neutralizes all of the energy buzz that comes off of them. It's incredibly great for neutralizing 5G, incredibly neutralizing for, you can even put them in your toilets, the toilet tank, to clarify the water, the ions. And the beautiful thing about Shungite is when your bodies start activating to greater light and greater oscillation of energy, they're used as a grounding mechanism to do many things. Shungite is powerful, and it's so profound as far as maintaining your sense of oneness in who you are as a stabilized energy being, and honoring it with that integrity for grounding, for anchoring, for stabilizing. And it can also come in other dark, opaque type of crystals. And Shungite is a crystal that is one of them. And you place them like on your equipment, on your electronic equipment. And you can also place them in your pocket or in your bra, and hold them when you're out in big crowds, or it's a big day, like, say August 8th, these big alignment dates. You'd want to carry a couple of your Shungite and, have a Shungite necklace, those types of things. If you're finding your energies have been, really erratic, they help in grounding you. And it's your intention, it's your working with that crystal, it's your working with your teams and with your guides, using your highest counsel. How can I use this crystal to purify, clarify, ground, anchor, set an intention, create a beautiful initiation? It's my oneness with this crystal. And that is with anything, as 5D living will allow us to explore. And when we're exploring who we are with excitement and joy, that's when we open up all of those gateways to the higher wisdom, to the higher knowledge, activating our DNA and all these shamanic energies that we've always had coming through, to create the beauty and the oneness of who we are in our collaborations with Gaia. So it's really, really powerful and great. But Shungite is a great anchor, a great stabilizer, neutralizer for our energetic bodies, for our magnetic bodies. and as well as all of the electronic equipment we have within the house. Many people have, there's different types and sizes of Shungite that you can get. You can even put it in your water bottle as an as a stabilizer and a purifier, to create beautiful intentions in your water to purify and clarify your cells, because the water body, as the water on our planet, again, it's micro macro, the highest frequency of Christic Metatronic codes are held within the water body. Our Christ body is held within the water body. It's all that we are as water. The sacred geometry of water, the sacred intelligence of water, of our intelligence of who we are as spirit. So it's really, really important we get reconnected with crystals and the symbiotic relationship that we have with all that is Gaia. And we thank you, Gaia, and we honor you, Gaia, and all of your reverence and all of your energies for the Holy Spirit that you're offering us with these crystals and these wisdoms and these information. Thank you, Holy Spirit, and our teams and guides for guiding us for the highest benevolent play through Lord Michael and all of the heavenly angels to guide each and every person with the use of their crystals. So they're given the highest benevolence for their highest healing and activations for ceremonies and sacred work for their inner bodies and outer bodies. Thank you, Holy Mother Father, for the greater good of all. I'm showing you another crystal that's one of my favorite, is Moldavite. And Moldavite is another crystal that was not originally from Earth. These are crystals that were brought here from off planet for the higher intergalactic and celestial energies and codings, and they can be used as transistors. Moldavite, I have found that when I'm wearing Moldavite and I'm using them and I'm activating them, that my teams download beautiful codes and stories to me for my celestial expansiveness and my celestial oneness and my reconnection with all that I am as an omnipresent being. I'm putting out these stories of my reconnection with them, and I clear them and I encode them and I storytell with them, because they're a working energy with me. And because of this type of stone that Moldavite is, it's an extremely strong stone, but it is a stone that changes and molds, hence the name Moldavite. When I wear it and when I put it on my consciousness helps mold the crystal, and it changes with my consciousness. It changes with me and I change with it. Not all stones are like that. Shungite is not like that. Shungite does not mold with your consciousness. Moldavite does. Lapis Lazuli is another crystal that if it's a rough crystal, rough lapis, it can, from what I've experienced, it can mold with you. However, lapis, the most profound experiences I've had with lapis is not only the higher vibrational experience you have with reconnection with your spirit guides, your teams, and all that is higher consciousness, but lapis lazuli is also a beautiful crystal that it brings forms and shapes to you like scrying. And that's how it changes for me. That's how I've worked with lapis. It's been a vibrational teleporter of images and visions of my celestial and galactic families and storytelling. That's how I use lapis lazuli. And it's a beautiful vibrational crystal that we've used in very sacred experiences. And this is why, many of us that are moving into a new leveling up, we're going to be creating that ceremonial experience with Gaia and with our beautiful crystals, so that we bring back these ancient tribal teachings that our ancestors and our lineage and all of the beings, through the purity of our intention to work with partnership and co-creative blessedness and sacredness with spirit, in all the ways that Gaia offers us to dance with her, and just many ways that we can use the inner and the outer and the upper and the lower to all come together as a one to create heaven upon earth. And why we have so many different types of crystals. So feel free to explore, tune in with your highest counsels, your soul. Say, what am I ready? I'm ready to do this, and I'm going to use my highest counsel. I'm so attuned. I know what is discerning for me. I know what is valuing for me. I'm absolutely in tune with who I am as a sense of self. This crystal is going to serve me today. Usually the first things that my teams give me is, when I'm going through a big shift in consciousness, they usually give me 2 or 3 different types of crystals to work with. Because they know that as I'm accelerating in my light body will be more adept. What's that word, Spirit? Activating, I guess, is a word we have, but it's still not the word I'm looking for. It will be greater when you're really looking forward to something. It's greater. Accepting of the natural crystals, because your body is becoming more and more natural as light, as the energy of Gaia. So the more that you accelerate in light, spend more and more time with Gaia, and that's why you'll be turning off more of the electronic stuff, because your body will need that natural communion to restabilize, to energize, to initiate, to celebrate, to create ceremony, to create that continued oneness with our planet that is so needed, and why there's so many people that are out of balance, because they've had such a disconnect from our planet. And why the children offer us such great remembrance of how to play on Gaia and reorganize the cell structure and reorganize our vitality of oneness with spirit in all ways. So we thank you, dear light ones. We hope that's helped you get a bit more information on what is a clarifier and what is a stimulator and what is an enhancer and what is a restabilizing crystal, and one that can allow you access to your galactic and celestial wisdoms. Just find any great crystal store in your town. Make sure you understand and ask the people that own the store where they get the crystals from. You know that usually if they answer you and they do their own purchasing, then the crystals come from authentic crystal owners, because crystal owners are very specific about their crystals. So feel into the vibration. I've bought many crystals online that have been false. So just understand and ask and feel into the crystals yourself, so that you can begin practicing with your own discernment on what feels right for you. And when you get a good store, allow that shared energy to go back and forth of, sharing the information and the value and the passion that they have for crystals, and just acknowledging that. Again, it's the symbiotic connection, the symbiotic relationship of everything that you'll return. So just understand it's always symbiotic. It's your song with nature, it's your song with Gaia, it's your song with God, creation, the source creator. So, and you're moving in that way. Allowance, the symbiosis, allowing all to expand, allowing all to move on their unique path, allowing all to explore and express who they are, allows you that same gift when it's your moment to say, hey, I want to try something new, and you know that creation is going to come through for you and guide you in that right way. And that's where we're moving in 2021. So we thank you so much. So be blessed with your bodies, nourish your bodies, nurture your bodies, and be on Gaia as much as you can and honor her. Give grace and blessings to all that is Gaia. Give grace and blessings to all that is the Holy Creators for providing these experiences for us, and the teams of the healing. Thank you so much. The fairies and the gnomes and the pixies, all that is wildlife, all that is Gaia, and the Holy Creators. Thank you. And we thank you, dear light ones. Namaste. Bye.